Hey guys, it's Down for Good, and welcome to my VHS collection of 2017. It's kind of funny, I did this video like a couple weeks ago, but the file was corrupted and I lost it, and I'm gonna have to redo it. So it was like a 40-minute video, so I'm gonna try to say what I said before. I'm gonna be doing these videos every year, hopefully, and I'm actually gonna be making more videos on this channel in general. So if you have any suggestions for kind of videos you want me to do in general, maybe it's like a review a movie or like a song or something or an album or something like that, just comment below, like, and I'll try to get a video for you. Anyways, so let's start this video out. First off, I guess we'll start on this side, left to right, chronological. It's not chronological at all, actually, but so we got Top Gun, great movie. I'm not going to say much about these movies. I'm just going to kind of try to speed fire through it. Some of them I'm going to have little stories for, but for the most part, I'm just going to say if I've seen it or not and if I've liked it or not. So yeah, I try to keep it simple. But yeah, so Top Gun, saw it, was great. The Austin Powers trilogy, thought they were really funny. Great. Mars Attacks, thought it was good. It's kind of funny because that movie like messed me up as a child for like the longest time, mainly because like that alien looking thing, I don't remember what the scene was, but like she goes inside some like person, like she like converts them to be her or something like that, and it's really strange. I mean, if you're an adult or you're like, oh yeah, whatever. But when I was a kid and I watched that and it like messed me up. I had like nightmares for weeks, so I don't know why that's just a memory. But that's like one of my earliest memories too. So yeah. Next we got Aliens, The Complete Truth of Aliens Among Us. I still haven't seen this. I'm really big into Area 51 alien stuff. I mean, to be honest, I don't believe in that. I kind of think it's all fake. I mean, it's all in good fun, I feel like. Just because it's funny because like Neil deGrasse Tyson said it the best. He was like, yeah, if that was real, it would not have been kept a secret. Like, our government is not good at keeping secrets. But I mean, you never know. Maybe it is a real thing and it's kept a secret. But as far as I go for it, I don't think it's real. But I mean, in general, I think aliens exist in the universe. I just don't think they look like that. Or maybe they do, but I don't think that we've seen them, or that maybe they've even seen us. Or if they have, they were like, yeah, there's no intelligent life here, and they flew away. So yeah. Next, Edward Scissorhands, saw it. That was great. Forrest Gump, saw it. That was a classic. It's great. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, another classic. The others, saw it. I liked it. That was fun. Cool twist. Joe Dirt, saw it. That was funny. I'm only flipping this around because I don't like showing the Goodwill tags. And real quick, I'm just going to say this to get it out of the way. All of these tapes, I'm going to say 100% of the tapes, maybe 99%, because maybe one or two of them might not have been, but were bought from Goodwill, which means I went to Goodwill when it was a half-off sale, which they have every other Saturday. And if you know there's a Goodwill by you, check your like local listings when they have their half-off sale, but usually it's every other Saturday. I don't know which Saturday that is for you, but when they do that, every tag is half off. So like, for an example, like I was just showing you this Joe Dirt, it's 99 cents, which most tapes are 99 cents, unless they're like a double tape, like, the Godfather over there, or like something else, and yeah, there's 99 cents, and of course half off is like 44 cents, I think it is, something like that. So it's like, yeah, these are like 50 cents, and I mean, the tax isn't much. I don't even think there is tax, actually, now I think about it. I don't remember, but anyways, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, like they're pretty much, the point is that they're super cheap. So if you want to start collecting VHS tapes yourself, or you just want to maybe have a VCR, maybe you still watch VHS tapes and just want to get some movies, it's the best way to do it, because they're super cheap and they have a bunch of them. And actually, now that I think about it, the only one I didn't buy from Goodwill was this Big Beals collection, which I'll get to in a little bit. So yeah, all right, so back to it. So Cops, 2 Out for TV. It's funny. I have the DVD version. Watch my DVD 2017 collection video. I'll go more in depth because that's pretty much the same thing. What it is. The Mask, funny movie, great. Rush Hour 1 and 2, they're funny, great. The third one I didn't like as much, and I don't have it on VHS because I don't even think they made it for VHS. So yeah, Malibu's Most Wanted, thought it was pretty funny. The Hitcher. This is like, I recommend everybody to watch this movie if you like thrilling kind of horror movies. I thought it was a great movie. From what I've seen, I'm pretty sure it's like, it came out before Joyride, and it's pretty much like a Joyride kind of movie. That's pretty much what it is. I'm pretty sure, from what I remember, Joyride was made like because of this movie. Like they made it after this movie kind of thing. Like a remake or something like that. So yeah, it's a great movie. The Chase, thought it was a great movie. Titanic, I actually haven't seen Titanic. I've only seen her titties, which is funny, but yeah, there you go. Liar Liar, thought it was funny. The Fast and Furious, thought it was a great movie. Yeah, thought it was a fun time. It's crazy because now there's 7 of them. Or no, there's 8 of them. I forgot about that. There's 8. It's from when this was recorded, 2017. There's 8. I'm pretty sure they announced they're doing a 9. And if they haven't, I wouldn't be surprised if they are going to announce that in a couple months. So, yeah, because I mean, it makes so much money, and I only think it cost them like $200 million to make it, which is still a big budget, or like 150 million or something like that, which is still a pretty big budget. That's like that's like a major motion picture budget, but it is that kind of movie, and it makes so much money that they're still probably going to keep on making them. So yeah, and then we got Tron. Or oops, I skipped it. Men in Black 1 and 2. Thought they were both great. The third one actually really liked. A lot of people didn't like the one where they go back in time or whatever. I had a fun time, so yeah, that was just a little quick review for that. Next we got Tron. This movie is insane. It's good, but it's insane because from what I heard, and I'm pretty sure this is true, it was like a special feature I saw like a long time ago. Every single frame of this movie, they had to redraw in to get the like neon effect. So what they did is, okay, here's one frame out of 24 frames in a second. So it's 24 frames in a second times however long the movie is, which is like 90 minutes or whatever, That's how many like pictures, because they actually like hand took the picture. Well, not by hand, but like they drew every single frame by hand to get that neon effect and took the picture. Next frame, took the picture. Next frame, took the picture. And of course, every single frame was hand drawn. So imagine how long that took them to make this movie just in the post-production phase, which is insane. So yeah. Next, we got Beavis and Butthead, Innocent Lost. I love that Beavis and Butthead, characters are funny. Great collection, compilation video. Pretty much just a couple episodes. Yeah, includes blah, blah, blah. Stuff like that. So, yeah. Next, we got Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie. I was really big into Yu-Gi-Oh! When I was younger. So I saw the movie. It's funny, I saw it in theaters, actually. My parents were like, oh my god, get me out of this. And I actually liked it. I haven't seen it since, so I'm not going to... I don't really want to see it again because I feel like it'll ruin any hopes I have, like any nostalgia, because it's just probably going to be bad. But yeah, next, Billy Madison, funny movie. Oh, and by the way, a lot of these movies, because this isn't obviously the first collection video I've done for the VHS tapes. From my past videos, a lot of them I haven't seen, so people are like, oh, you got to see that movie, blah blah blah. So I actually did go out and see most of the movies that people said you should see that I haven't seen. And I'm still doing that because there's some I haven't seen still, which I'll go over. But yeah, I just want to let you know that too as well. Next, we got JFK Behind the Conspiracy, and this is just like a little documentary. Honestly, I haven't seen it yet, but I saw like from what I've seen, there's like a couple minutes of it. It looks kind of stupid, like it's just like crazy, like oh, back in time and shot JFK. Okay, no, it's not that crazy, but it's just like preposterous, like stupid stuff. From what I remember, maybe I'm mixing that up with a different documentary, but from what I remember, it was like just stupid, outlandish theories. So yeah. All right, next, Spider-Man, the Goblin episode. I haven't seen it. I don't think I'm ever going to see that, no matter who tells me to see it. Ocean's 11, thought it was a great heist movie. Miss Doubtfire, thought it was pretty funny. The Simpsons Go to Hollywood, just a couple episodes from The Simpsons. I didn't see it yet. I mean, I used to be really big into The Simpsons when I was in high school because I'd watch all their episodes on like my iPod. It's the iPod 4, I would always put like movies and TV shows and watch it during school. And I had like the whole series of The Simpsons, like literally season 1 through like 50 or whatever it is. And I got through like season 4 and I just couldn't take it anymore. Which, I mean, who could, even if it's really good. And I don't think I've seen it since. But of course, when I was younger, I saw like certain episodes on TV. But yeah, I'm kind of like sick. I don't think I can see The Simpsons ever again in my life just because of that. Like, I kind of ruined it for myself. So yeah. Next, we got Apollo 13. Thought it was a great movie. All right, next we got Alien Autopsy. This I saw and it was really funny because the whole movie is pretty much, or documentary, whatever, is like, hey, we're going to show you this autopsy, but before we show you it, we're going to show you how all these famous people like H.R. Giger and like, oh no, not H.R., no, Stan Winston or whatever, people who made the creatures of crazy fake movies, or no, crazy fake creatures of like movies that look really good and realistic, and they're going to say, wow, this looks real. I think this, I don't know how they could have faked that back in the 50s. And it's funny because they're all saying all this stuff, which, I mean, makes sense, I guess. And then all of a sudden, like, the biggest flaw is like, oh, yeah, the film on this movie, or on the documentary, or on the original autopsy they show, because they show the actual autopsy, like, in the end. But it's funny because they're like, yeah, the Kodak film from the autopsy, we can't really confirm if it was real or not. I mean, it doesn't look fake, but we can't confirm that it's real or fake. So it's like, every single thing you saw could have been completely, like, recorded when this was recorded, like, in the 1990s or 80s or whatever. I mean, I think it was in the 90s. But the point is like, yeah, we can't confirm it, so literally every single, like, interview was kind of pointless because if that film was faked and it was actually recorded in the 90s or something, then none of this matters because they could have made it, you know what I mean? So It's kind of funny. But obviously, if that film was actually real, then maybe it is real. You never know, because the people are like, wow, if this is real, I think, honestly, I think even Steven Spielberg shows up. Like, some crazy famous people show up to talk about it. They're like, yeah, I mean, if this film is real, then but we have no idea how anyone could have done that back in the day, types thing, which is really interesting. But I mean, that whole thing is, banking on the fact is if the film's real or not, which is kind of funny. So yeah, but honestly, it's an interesting movie. Like, I actually really had a fun time watching it. It's very entertaining. I think it's only like 40 minutes, so maybe if you see this on Netflix, which I don't think it will ever be, but maybe if you see like a VHS of it for like $1, I would pick it up. If you have a VCR, check it out. It's actually pretty entertaining. I had a good time. So yeah. Next, Independence Day. I didn't really like Independence Day that much. I mean, Will Smith was amazing in it, and I love Will Smith as an actor, but not much to say about that. Next, Cuffs. I actually haven't seen Cuffs, which is funny because I actually have the Laserdisc of it, so yeah. Next, Home Alone 1 and 2. Thought it was fun. Christmas movies. Tremors 1, 2, and 3. Still haven't seen them. I don't think I'm ever going to see them. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you look at the cover and it's like, I have no interest in this. I'm sorry. It's not my kind of movie. And there's 3 of them. Like, if it was just one and you guys are like, hey, you should watch that, it's really good. Maybe. But I doubt it even has that many good reviews. Like, let's be real. Okay, next we have the Jurassic Park 1, 2, and 3. And I got the special edition of The Lost World. And now I'm going to be honest with you guys about Jurassic Park. I don't really like The Lost World. And I don't like the third one at all. Well, I think people agree with me on that. But the first one obviously is a classic. It has great sound design, It's a great movie. To be honest, I like the Jurassic World movie. And I'm glad they're making the Lost... What is it called? It's like the Jurassic World Lost Kingdom or something like that, which has been announced and it's coming out in like 2018, which I'm pretty excited for. I love Chris Pratt and everything like that. So yeah, not much to say about that though. Next, I got Apocalypse Now. I got a lot to say about this one, okay? It's one of my favorite war movies of all time. I'm just going to leave that right there. Now, the funny story about this movie is that this movie was made by Francis Ford Coppola back in the day, which, by the way, if you don't know who that is, he directed The Godfather. So anyways, back in the day when movies were first, big, I guess I'm describing this wrong, but let's just say back in the 70s, essentially a lot of the directors had free range of what they wanted to do because, they made so much money, because most of them were good, I guess. So this guy, he made this movie on this crazy big budget and went way over budget and filmed way longer than he had to, and all this crazy stuff happened. And there's actually a documentary about it. I forgot what it's called, but just look up Apocalypse Now making of, and you should find it. But it's insane. You have to watch this documentary, especially if you've seen the movie, because it's there's so many interesting little things. It's wow, I can't believe this movie was made. It's insane that it was made. And he put his own money into make it being done. And if you go on IMDb and check out the trivia under this movie, there's so many crazy little stories and oh wow, the film, he edited the film and it was over 2 football fields long or something crazy like that. So yeah, it's crazy. Amazing movie. Check it out if you haven't seen it. Next, got The Mummy and The Mummy Returns. They're great movies. I haven't seen the newest one that came out. I think I heard it got bad reviews. I'm probably still gonna see it. It's actually the characters and everything. Even though it's the completely new characters. Tom Cruise is fine, so I'll probably go see it. But the third one, The Emperor's Tomb, I think is what it's called. I thought it was fine. Of course, I don't have it on VHS because that was in the 2003 or 2005 or something like that. Next, Lost in Space. Thought it was fun. 2010, You're in Make Contact. Still haven't seen it. Jaws, classic. Goodfellas, classic. Demolition Man. Thought it was fun. Stuart Little. Thought it was a great kids movie. Hulk, didn't like it. And to be honest, I don't like Hulk in general. I don't think he can carry a movie by himself. Sorry, but that's why this new kind of phase of Marvel, they don't have this whole movie, because I feel like they know you can't make a good Hulk movie because there's never a good Hulk movie. But to be fair, the first movie from Phase 1 of Marvel was a Hulk movie, but I don't really count it as that because they changed the Hulk main character from Edward Norton to, the new guy, I forgot his name, but he's in Zodiac, whatever. But it's funny because they changed him, so I don't really count that movie, you know what I mean? But then again, from Iron Man 1 to 2, they changed the Rhodey, so, whatever. Next, Agent Cody Banks, thought it was a good kids movie. The Patriot, thought it was a fun, I'm saying that's the word so many times. Thought it was a good movie, I don't know. Close Encounters of the Third Kind. They're actually re-releasing this on 4K, which is pretty cool. Honestly, I didn't really like it that much because, when I first saw it, I was like, oh yeah, I got all these crazy good reviews. I had a lot of hype for it. And the movie, nothing really happens. It's just oh, something's coming. Oh, why are you acting so crazy? And then, of course, the last 10 minutes, the alien spaceship comes. And then it just ends. And there's nothing really wrong with that, but, I just thought it'd be something way different. So, yeah. Rudy... it's a good movie, but I hate it because I've seen it so many times in school. So yeah. And it's not like, 12 Angry Men good, where I can watch that anytime, any day, because that movie's amazing. And when every time I saw it in school, which is like 3 times, I was like, oh shit, I'm super entertained. Even if I was allowed to be on my phone, I was like, oh, I was watching this movie, it's so good. So yeah, and I think I actually have 12 Angry Men. I don't. That's weird. I thought I did. But yeah, next, Dr. Strangelove, haven't seen it. The Italian Job, that was a good movie. Purgatory, haven't seen it. Triple X, that was a fun movie. Rat Race, that was really funny. War Games, still haven't seen it. And then we're going back to this section. Digimon, like the knockoff of Pokemon, haven't seen any of them. I think I saw like the first episode when I was a kid, and I completely forgot all about it. Oops, dropped the tape. And the tape I dropped, to get it out of the way, is 48 Hours by Murphy, or with Eddie Murphy. And I actually haven't seen that, so we'll get to that side later. Creepiest Creepers, haven't seen it. That's why it's sealed, probably. And out of all the Scooby-Doos, I'll just say my favorite is Zombie Island, and Witch's Ghost, like a tie. And then it goes, for me, Alien Invaders. And then I didn't really like Reluctant Wolf, because I've seen it so many times, and I didn't really like the plot in general, how, oh, we're all gonna have a rally race car race and everything. I was like, yeah, I don't really care. So yeah. Spy Kids, I thought I had the second one, but I guess I don't have it anymore. That was a fun movie. Space Jam, I thought it was okay. The thing about Space Jam is when you're watching it as a kid, it's fine. But as an adult, I just can't get through it. Like, after, halfway mark, you're just like, this is insufferable. Just end it already. And if you've seen it recently, you maybe know what I'm talking about. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, that was okay when I was a kid. I haven't seen it since. And the funny thing about this is that the new one that came out, I actually saw it, and I thought it was great. I mean, I thought it was, I'm a big fan of the Mighty Morphin series, the TV show. And it kind of is based loosely around that, the new movie that just came out. And I mean, I had a good time. I don't know what to tell you. It's weird because that movie, their the intended audience is not kids, and it's not adults. It's early young adults, or not young adults. It's like teenagers. But the thing about it is most teens don't know about Power Rangers at all, or maybe think it's dumb, and definitely haven't grown up on Mighty Morphin. So it's kind of funny. You could have either targeted towards kids or the adults that grew up on the show. But luckily, I actually grew up on the show, even though it was way before my generation, because I had older brothers and everything. So I actually was really into it. So I actually really liked it. So I feel like that's the best thing I could say about it. Next, got Jumanji. Thought it was great. Pokemon 2000. I had the original Pokemon. I don't know what happened to it. Thought the Pokemon was great. I'm a really big fan of Pokemon. So yeah, not much to say. AC/DC Let There Be Rock. That was a great, it's a great concert, live concert, yeah. House on Haunted Hill. It's a great horror classic. I have the DVD of this too. It's pretty crazy. The Beatles. I haven't seen this. It's a documentary. I'm a really big fan of the Beatles, if you didn't know that. Son-in-Law. Haven't seen it. Expendable 2. Haven't seen it. It's like a BMX video. The Hustler. Haven't seen it. Contact. Amazing. I love this movie. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Mercury Rising. That was a fun action kind of movie. NASA, 25 years, the greatest show in space. I haven't seen that, and I'm actually going to see that soon, because that really looks entertaining. I'm really big into space stuff. Speed 2, that was garbage. Speed 1's obviously a classic. Soul Plane, that was pretty funny. Mission to Mars, haven't seen it. Transformers, the movie, haven't seen it. X-Files, haven't seen it, but I'm actually going to see it soon, because I've recently started watching the TV show X-Files, from the first season or whatever. I had a really good time. It's really fun, so definitely going to see that. The Beatles, Yellow Submarine. It's I think it's a movie based around that album that they came out around the same time. I've seen it, but I don't remember much of it, because it was like an acid trip kind of a movie. So yeah. And the Flintstones, I don't like the Flintstones, because this is actually Demolition Man, which I don't know why. I already have that over here somewhere, so I don't know why they have that there. Lethal Weapon 2 and 3. Oh, another tape dropped. Lethal Weapon 2 and 3. I don't know why I'm missing 1 and 4, but I recently watched all 4 of those, at work. Because I was allowed to be on my phone pretty much for this job I had, which was a long time ago, because they were on Netflix, and I liked all 4 of them. Of course, the best ones are probably the first 2, but I don't really remember, so yeah. Then we got Harry Potter, and then of course there's Swordfish in there, which, thinking about Harry Potter, I'm just going to say I like every single one of them. My favorite is probably the second one, so yeah, I'm definitely going to get that on Blu-ray, the whole collection soon, because it's gone down to $60, and I love all those movies, so yeah. Alright, we're getting through this. This video's probably going to be 40 minutes or something. So yeah, like I said, I haven't seen 48 Hours. Superman the movie, thought it was fun. Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3. Maybe one of my favorite trilogies. I really love the trilogy. I mean, not much to say about that. It's classic movies. I mean, best to worst, of course, I'm gonna have a controversial opinion real quick. I like the second one the best just because what they did following the first was like, what? Like, it was just so crazy how they went back again, you know? So I like the second one the best, and then it's the first one, and the third one. And of course, most people are gonna say the first one's the best, the second's the second best, and yeah, on and on. But yeah, I have a little different opinion. So yeah, man, this tape keeps on dropping. Come on, X-Men, stay there. So yeah, and then Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, and Last Crusade, amazing trilogy. Funny thing about Temple of Doom is that if you look at the time frame, like when it starts, it'll say like 1950 whatever, 40 whatever. This movie takes place before Raiders of the Lost Ark. So really, if you want to watch it in order, chronological order, it goes Temple of Doom, and then Raiders of the Lost Ark, and then Last Crusade. So just a fun little tidbit there. And next, I guess I'll get this out of the way, is all my Star Wars tapes, which I have a lot of them, and I have a lot of copies. And by copies, I mean these two, like not booklets, these two like collections are literally the exact same thing. Like I can show you. You know, Star Wars trilogy. See, they're literally the exact same. I just have the case cover for this one. So this is the special edition, and look, I have an extra tape for Return of the Jedi. I don't know why I have that, you know, which is like right here, Return of the Jedi. But yeah, not much to say. I mean, Star Wars is a great trilogy. If you haven't seen them, check them out. They're all amazing. But I'm just gonna kind of show you some of the. This is like whenever I want to watch Star Wars on VHS, which I never do because I don't know, it's such bad quality. I'll get this collection out because this is the least touched. Because of course you're gonna hear people say, "No, I hate the special editions because they change so much," which I agree. And it sucks because you can't get a Blu-ray or anything. You can't find anything anywhere unless you go on eBay of the original versions of like a VHS, which I've been looking for at Goodwill. But these are like the original, like when the trilogy was first like done, I guess I could say, or like first released on VHS as a trilogy. This was the first like collection of it, and yeah, like I had to get it because it was at Goodwill for like $1. And it's amazing because this is like I was saying, this is the least like touched by the special edition kind of stuff, like least altered, I guess what I could say. But the thing that sucks is that it's still altered. It still doesn't start out with just saying Star Wars. It starts off with saying like I think A New Hope or something like that, which sucks because I just want a VHS, or I mean I just want a Star Wars. I just want to own a Star Wars where it just says Star Wars in the beginning, not Episode 4 or whatever, or A New Hope. I just want to say Star Wars, which is weird because I thought this one would say that because it doesn't even say A New Hope in the title anywhere. But no, it still says it, which is annoying. Because obviously, if you get to see a copy of Star Wars that literally starts off with just saying Star Wars and not Episode 4 or A New Hope or anything like that, that's the like original unaltered version, which is pretty crazy. And I mean, it's completely different too. Like I've actually seen the unaltered version, and I mean, I think it holds up okay. Like it's not the worst thing ever, you know. I mean, it's a '77 movie with not that big of a budget, but it's still a great movie, and I'd recommend watching the unaltered version first, especially if you haven't seen the movie, because it's just so stupid. Like, especially if you watch the Blu-ray, there's so many dumb little things added that it just looks like a madman made it, because it's like technology from the 70s all the way to like 2012 or whatever they released the new Blu-rays, and it's like it looks like a madman edited it together. It's so weird. So yeah, then I got the special edition, and then this is the trilogy. Like I think this is a trilogy they made right when they knew that Phantom Menace was going to be made. Damn, I just dropped them all. So yeah, this is the trilogy they re-released. This is after the special edition. It's like the 1999 version or whatever. So yeah, I mean I kind of like these covers. That's why I collected them all, and because I'm a big Star Wars fan. And as far as I know, I think I have every single version you can have, except, to be fair, for the widescreen special edition, I'm missing Empire Strikes Back, which is kind of funny because that's my favorite Star Wars movie out of all of them, is Empire. And I'm missing that, which sucks, because if I ever want to watch the VHS special edition, which I never would, you know, I'd miss that one, because obviously TVs nowadays are widescreen, so yeah. So yeah, next, you know, A New Hope, Episode 4. This is a part of the trilogy. This is like the 2001, I think, release or something, or of the original trilogy, where it has, you know, the numbers on it, where it says Episode 4, 5, 6. And the covers kind of suck, though, because they're just like black and whited out. It's just a little mini cover. So yeah. And then, of course, I have a Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones. which sucks because I don't have, Return of the Jedi, but, I mean, not Return of the Jedi, Revenge of the Sith, but they didn't make that on VHS in my country, so I guess I can never own it, which sucks. I wanted all of them on VHS. Then we got Alien 1 and 2, and the making of 3, not 3, and I don't like 3, and I don't like Resurrection as well. And the funny thing about 3, real quick I'll say, is that it's actually directed by a great director, David Fincher, who directed like Gone Girl, and I know Social Network's not the best, but he also directed that, and a couple other movies I forgot, but essentially, he's a great director, but he couldn't save that movie because 20th Century Fox had like all the control and power, and they like pretty much forced him to make a garbage movie, and he didn't even like when he made it, like he knew it was gonna be bad. So yeah, Alien by Resurrection is just garbage, and I'm a huge fan of Alien and Aliens. Like I'm a big fan of the character and like the whole movie. So I really liked Prometheus, and I really liked Alien Covenant. Like I thought Covenant was a lot better than Prometheus. So yeah, I mean, there's not really much more I'm gonna say about that, but yeah, JFK by Kevin Costner, or not by, I keep on saying by, with Kevin Costner, the actor, obviously. That's a director's cut right there. Great movie. If you like JFK or interested in any way, check it out. Alright, so back to this area. Hellraiser 1 and 2, I thought they were great horror movies. Cliffhanger, I thought it was a classic action movie. Saw is great. The thing about Saw is, I saw it recently too, or I saw it recently. It's honestly... the best like review you can give it is it's a great low budget horror movie with bad acting, because it's bad acting, but Danny Glover's in it, which is amazing, but like it's a good movie, like for like a almost no budget, like they barely had a budget for what they did with the little budget and like made it entertaining. It's a fun horror movie with no budget that has bad acting. That's like the best review you can give it. I feel like most people will agree with that. And the funny thing about it is, of course, there's Saw 2 to like 8 or whatever. Or no, it's 2 to 7. And they actually announced like recently that they're making an 8th one called Jigsaw. And in my opinion, like from 2 and on, it's just torture porn. Like the first one had a point, and then 2, and then 3, and then all of them came out and they're all convoluted. And Jigsaw's actual purpose were like, you're a smoker, so you go against this guy who's a non-smoker and see who can hold their breath the longest. Like, yeah, it's not really giving them a choice. You know who's gonna win, kind of thing. And you're just killing people now. Like in the first one, they were trying to say like, oh, he's not a killer. He lets them choose or whatever, which still is kind of stupid. But in the later movies, it's like, nah, there's no choice. He just kills them. Like it's so dumb and it's so obvious. And the plot is just so stupid. And he's like, your obsession with finding people because you're a detective has gone on too long. And it's like, yeah, he's a detective. That's his job. What are you talking about? And there was one. I don't remember which Saw it is because there's such a fog. Because I've seen all of them, but they're like, which one's which is so confusing because there's so many stupid plot twists that make no sense, that make it even more convoluted. But I forgot which one it was, but there's one where he's like, the main guy in the main trap is like, he's like, your daughter got hit by a drunk driver and you're not handling it well, so now I'm gonna make you love life. And it's like, what is this garbage? Like, it's just so bad. I mean, if you want to watch them for the torture porn aspect, because the traps are pretty cool, then there you go. I mean, they're even then, like, a lot of the traps, they could have survived easily. Like, one of them, real quick, I'm going to say, I forgot which Saw it was, but anyways, he's like, there's a room where they need to go in this little, like, there's like 3 or 4 tunnel sections to, like, avoid a nail grenade or whatever. There's like 4 of them, right? And there's only 3 tunnels, let's say, because I don't remember the exact number. So one guy has to stay out, right? But literally, you can clearly see that there would be enough room for, like, all 4 of them in literally one or two tunnels. Like, literally, they would have made it for like, no problem. But, of course, they're stupid. Like, everybody's stupid in that movie, which is so annoying, because if any of them had, like, common sense, they would have all made, every single movie they would have made it. Well, actually, that's not true. Some of the traps, you actually had to be kind of smart. Like the one where, like, he gets, like, drowned in, like, a little bucket or whatever. The big bucket over his head and he's, like, drowned. But, a lot of the traps, like, you could have easily escaped. For the most part. Don't quote me on that, because some of them were, like, impossible to escape. And it was just, like, crush your hand or whatever, stuff like that. But the traps like that, they could have escaped. They're just stupid, which bothered me. So anyways, yeah. Alright, so Metallica, live shit. I haven't seen it. I love it, Metallica. Maybe I'll see that soon. Big chill. I haven't seen this, and I actually kind of want to see this. I think it looks entertaining. And it's funny, because you look at this, you're like, oh, look at a fun family movie. Then you see the R rating, which it kind of is, like, hidden by the Goodwill tag. And it's like, wow, I kind of want to see what that is about. That looks like a fun comedy. Next, got Die Hard 1 through 3. Die Hard 1's a great, just a great classic Christmas movie. Best Christmas movie of all time, I'd say. And then I think Die Hard 2 was fun. Die Hard 3 was great. First one's the best, obviously. So yeah, not much to say. Bad Boys 2. I recently got the first 1 and 2 on Blu-ray. They're both fun movies. Yeah. Reservoir Dogs, great Quentin Tarantino movie. I think from what I remember, I'm pretty sure this is his first directed movie ever by Quentin Tarantino, and it's amazing. So yeah, Terminator 1 and 2, great movies. Terminator. I feel like the Terminator might be one of the best sci-fi movies of all time. And Terminator 2 is definitely one of the best sequels of all time, if not the best sequel, other than Aliens. You know, because Aliens is an amazing sequel. Which is funny because they're both directed by James Cameron. You know, Terminator 2 and Aliens is both directed by James Cameron. So really, you know, tells you something. And next we have Pirates of the Caribbean, Black Pearl. Thought it was great. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Thought they were both great because there's 2 of them. I forgot what the second one's called. Star Trek Generations. Haven't seen it. Not really big into Star Trek. Tomb Raider. Thought it was fine. And you're probably wondering why I skipped over these 3 because there's a long thing I'm going to say about this. And then of course The Shining, directed by Stanley Kubrick, is a classic, amazing movie. Anything by Stanley Kubrick, watch if you haven't seen him. Like, you know, Clockwork Orange, 2001: A Space Odyssey. And there's a couple more I can't remember off the top of my head. Alright, so we're already 30 minutes in. I guess this video is actually going to be like an hour long now then, because there's a lot more stuff I have to say. But, so Godfather 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to try to go through this real quick, but the funny thing about this trilogy is that originally Francis Ford Coppola, he made the first 2, and he was like, okay, that's done, we're done, that's the end of the story. And he needed money, because, you know, he made so much money off those. He needed money to fund another movie or fund another project, because, I mean, his story is so entertaining to look him up and look up like a movie about him and stuff like that. But anyways, long story short, he never wanted to make a part 3. That was not on the table. He said the story's over in 1 and 2. And the funny thing about it is that he wanted money, or I don't even remember if that's right. I'll look it up, but don't quote me because I don't remember 100%. But from what I remember, I'm pretty sure he needed money for like his business, because I'm pretty sure he has like a wine business and everything. So he was like, hey, you know, Paramount, I'll make another Godfather movie, but it has to be called The Death of Michael Corleone or whatever, or The Life of I forgot what it was called. It was like The Death or The Life, and essentially it was like a spin-off kind of movie, and it had nothing to do with the first 2. And they were like, nah, Godfather 3 or nothing. And he's like, no, you don't understand. These are my most coveted movies, 1 and 2. They're amazing. They can't be touched. There's no other edition. It's just, this is kind of like it's not a spin-off, but it's like a one of those like epilogue or like a epilogue kind of movie, where it's like after the events, but it's not part 3. It's its own thing, you know. And he was like, nah. They're like, nah, if we don't call it Godfather Part 3, people won't watch it, so we're not going to make it. Or from what I remember, they actually were saying, yeah, we like your idea. We're going to make it with or without you, and we're going to call it Godfather Part 3. So I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm going to have to, you know, come on and try to make it my best. But that really sucks that the studio did that, because, damn. People, I mean, that's like the least rated one out of all 3 of them, and it's the main reasons because of that. So yeah, that kind of sucks. Another funny thing about this, I have to say, is that he recently, or actually I don't know if it's recently, but he made a made-for-TV version of all 3 of them, which is not even made for TV. Well, I mean, I'd say it is, because you should watch it like it's TV, because it's like 10 hours long. But what it is it's all 3 with a bunch of extra footage and all chronological order. So it's like, it starts off with like a scene you've seen in maybe part 2 or 3, you know, because there's a lot of flashbacks and stuff. And it's all in chronological order, and it's such a trippy like thing to watch, because it's like a 10-hour movie essentially. So that's why I would say watch it like a TV movie, like watch, or not even TV movie, I don't know why I'm saying that, watch it like a TV show, like watch an hour every week or something, you know, over 10 weeks, or maybe an episode every couple of days or something like that every hour, if you find it anywhere. But it's like 10 and a half hours long or something, and it's actually really cool if you're, I mean, real quick, I would say only watch it if you're really big into The Godfather. Like if you love The Godfather and you're super into it hardcore, then watch it. If you're not, just stick with 1, 2, and 3 if you want, or keep on dropping tapes. And 3 if you want to get, you know, a little more into it. But yeah, it's like a 10-hour thing. It's literally everything in chronological order, and it's insane because it's so long. So yeah, definitely. I mean, I was going to say check that out, but I don't know if you should, because it might turn you off of The Godfather. I mean, if you haven't seen any of The Godfathers, definitely do not watch it that way, because that's the worst way to watch it. If you haven't seen The Godfathers, watch 1, 2, and then 3, you know. And then if you're a really big fan, then watch that 10-hour thing. But yeah, if you haven't seen it, definitely don't do that, because that's going to turn you off completely. Watch the first 2 if you haven't seen that. So yeah. Alright, I guess I didn't talk about this little section. We got X-Men 1 and 2. Thought X-Men 2 was the best out of them. X-Men thought it was great. I mean, still. Got a bunch of Goosebumps tapes right here. I really loved Goosebumps when I was a kid. Recently watching it, they don't hold up at all. except for a couple episodes. Like the Haunted Mask 1 and 2 were really good, and that's all I can remember off the top of my head. But yeah, most of it was garbage. So yeah, not really much to say about that. Toy Story 1 and 2, thought they were great. The third one, thought it was fun. Obviously, don't have the tapes. That's like 2013 movie or 2012, something like that. Funny thing about it is, from what I've seen, they're actually making a fourth one in like 2018, which is kind of funny. So yeah. All right, now to the last two kind of things. I'm gonna kind of try to speed through this because most of these I don't have much to say about. So Nightmare 1 all the way to the new Nightmare. Obviously not the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street, which, to be fair, actually I kind of like the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street because I'm a huge Nightmare on Elm Street fan. But that being said, I'm gonna piss a lot of people off because I just said I was a Nightmare on Elm Street fan. I don't like any of these except for New Nightmare, and obviously the first one. Duh, I think the first one's a classic. But I don't like the second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. I think they're all bad. And the funny thing about it is that, from what I remember, because I watched these when I was like 15 maybe. That was like the last time I watched them. But from what I remember, I like gave a review on my Facebook, and I remember I looked down it recently. And what I said was, second's bad, third's worse, fourth gets worse, fifth is another worse, sixth is another worse. So apparently they get bad increasingly from what I've said back in the day. I'll still stand by that review, I guess. Fuck it, because I haven't seen him since, and I'm not gonna see him again because I don't want to watch these again. I mean, I watched the first one, and I actually like the New Nightmare a little bit, but I'm not gonna rewatch these ones because they're not. From what I remember, they're just not good. So yeah. Next we have this kind of Orion classic. I haven't seen any of them. They're like horror movies, and I'm really into horror now, so I might watch them one day maybe. But yeah. Next we got The Sandlot, which actually isn't The Sandlot. It's actually Freddy vs. Jason, which I thought it was not good, honestly. It wasn't that good. But yeah. You know what? I'm going to stop the video now because it's getting on a little long, and we'll continue it in part 2. So you guys have a great day and be ready for part 2.